Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe SI-Interview und ja, das ist das spannendste Interview oder ich gehe davon aus, das ist das Interview, was die meisten Leute erwarten und ich bin gespannt, ob die Erwartungshaltung auch erfüllt werden kann. Es geht um Sirona, ich habe einen Conflict of Interest, ich bin Aktionär. Die Aktie hat sich hervorragend entwickelt, ungefähr 300% oder 400% zugelegt seit Jahresanfang. Mittlerweile ist es meine größte Position, deswegen habe ich natürlich auch einen sehr großen Conflict of Interest. Und ja, schauen wir mal, was er uns Neues sagt. Howard, thank you to have time. And I said in my German introduction, I have a conflict of interest, especially with this unbelievable performance what the stock have since January, since our last interview. It's also my biggest portion, absolutely my biggest portion. And so far I don't sell any stock. I bought a little bit more in, and it looks like a perfect storm. Yeah, but the people wait for some news from the company, especially about a deal.
Yes.
In January, you say there will coming up a new study, also from China, and if everything running fine, yeah, it should be end maybe in a deal.
Yes.
The people wait still for an announcement that you're coming up with some term sheet, some deal or whatever. Mm-hmm. So how the process looks like and how far we are away from a potential deal?
Well, the process is going very well. I have no negative news to report. We remain very confident that we will deliver a deal or deals. The process takes time, but we are definitely making progress. Good progress, mm-hmm. And we're very pleased at how things are working out. We have to be very careful about predicting an exact timeline because the other parties have that we're talking to and take time to we have to structure an optimal deal. The best deal for not just us but also the partner.
What mean the best deal? The reason why I ask. 1.5 weeks or 2 weeks ago, there was on some billboard showing up some unrealistic numbers of deals, and this was for sure a fake presentation, mm-hmm. and there shows unbelievable upfront payment and also unbelievable royalty percentage.
Yes.
But what is really a good deal for the company, and what this mean? Do you look more for royalties or do you look more for upfront payments?
Okay, so upfront payments are very nice. They give us an immediate satisfaction, give us immediate access to capital to grow the company. Royalties are also very nice because they give us revenue over long term. And that's gives us the ability to grow the valuation of the company because that you can then produce a value on a company when it has growing revenues. That's more of a traditional model. But so there's benefits to both upfront mm-hmm. payments and royalty, and you obviously have to strike a balance as to which is the best for the company, what has the best value for the shareholders. And so that's when we negotiate a transaction. You have to find that right balance, mm-hmm. and so that's something we're very cognizant of. We definitely like an upfront payment, but we're also put very high value on the royalty stream because that we're hoping to build a very successful company and company that can grow over the years, mm-hmm. so that we can use the ongoing revenue stream to unlock the technology that we have.
Okay, that brings me then to other point, but back to the deal. We talk about, or in general, about two kinds of deals. First, it was one about China.
Yes.
And the second was North America, rest of the world.
Yes.
And with a North American company, private companies, you sign a deal that they have a first review right to the study.
Yes.
How Do you still in discussion with this company?
Yes.
So, but the 30 days are...
Yes, but that didn't seem to be an issue.
Okay.
And the discussions are progressing very nicely. So they definitely had that right of first refusal, and that's something that they wanted, and something that was good for us too. So we broke along with that. But for them to structure the ideal deal for them, they need to know exactly how they're going to launch this in the market, what their revenue opportunities are, what portion of the market they're going to enter in, because all the cosmetic companies have particular sales channels. They approach a certain segment of the market, either direct sales or retail sales, physician dispense sales. There's many different angles around the market, so they calculate their market opportunity. What they think the product cycle is, and so they have to determine what is the best deal for them. And these companies take time. They've got big teams of people working on this, and they just needed more time and we need some discussions about what Sirona wants. And so there's discussions back and forth and to find out where's a happy balance. So there's many ways you can structure a deal, and it takes time, and the process is progressing very, very favorably, in my opinion.
Okay. Do you talk with two companies or with more companies?
Well, the interesting thing is that a lot of these companies, it's a massive market, and it's a fragmented market. There's not one company that controls all sales channels in all territories, and they're interested in protecting their sales, and especially in a novel technology that we have developed, they're not necessarily concerned about certain segments of the market. So it's possible to actually be in one territory and have several deals that don't actually compete directly with each other. So the question is about exclusivity. And exclusivity, we put value on that. So the company has to determine, are they willing to pay for exclusivity? How much they want to pay for it, or what exclusivity they want, what areas they want to protect. So that's why these transactions become more complicated, but not in a bad way. And Sirona has to see, okay, we have a breakthrough technology. We don't want it to be limited to one small segment of the market with a small royalty stream. We want to maximize the opportunity to get a royalty stream by having this larger, by having a bigger percentage of the market.
So that means that it's possible that we have, for example, in North America, several deals with different companies, different sales channels, and different product for sure, different names and so on.
Yes.
So, okay. But before, I think always when we have for North America one deal with one company and maybe China one company.
That was originally our vision. And the company that was initially most interested was looking for exclusivity. And it turns out that if we had closed a transaction at that time with that company, that it probably would not have been in the best long term, because you would have had only access to a smaller segment of the market, a big segment, but not the global market. And so now we're fortunate. We're looking at more opportunities, and we have to strike that balance. So that takes time, and that's something we have to discuss with a potential partner, and make sure that we get the best deal for our shareholders and for the growth of the company long term.
I must ask this question from timing aspects. When we really can expect a deal? I know exactly it's tough to say, but takes weeks, months, years before we see something, or? Well,
if I had my way, it'd be just a few weeks. But in the reality of it, it's going to take a bit longer than that.
Yeah.
There's as far as Sirona, we're ready to transaction now. We believe we've dealt with all the key issues. Now, I can't speak for the partner as to how long it will take them to finalize this. I mean, that's I don't want to make that error.
So. And we know, especially from the history, that the partner is always an important portion of the deal.
Oh, unfortunately, we're happy with the people we're talking to right now.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't anticipate any major delays, but I'm not fully in control of the timeline.
Yeah. Before we come to the potential new pipeline, there's some discussion and about warrants, outstanding warrants. The warrants are priced, I think, with one was 30 cents, but I think this was expired in May. That
Yes.
I have some warrants. And the rest, I think, was 20 cents or 16 cents. I don't know.
There are warrants that are currently in the money.
In the money.
Because the share price is improved. Most of these warrants are held by long-term shareholders. There's not a tremendous pressure to exercise and sell them. We haven't experienced that.
Okay.
And most shareholders are just quite happy to see that they own warrants that are in the money, but they're not in any hurry to capitalize on them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but this is a big discussion on the boards at the moment that the warrants are all in the money, warrant exercising, selling the stocks on the market so that they hold the stock back. So you don't see too much warrant exercising at the moment.
I don't see that being a...
But if you need money, you can go to these people and say, hey, maybe it makes sense to exercise some warrants.
Oh yes, yeah, we always have that option. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
in the past we have sometimes not the option, then the share price was lower than the warrant exercising price.
Right now it's currently a nice problem that hasn't actually, I don't think it's had a major material effect on the current share price.
Okay. We have other, or you have in the company other projects than the Skinlighter.
Yes.
So how that looks like, and also what is... When we say, okay, you're coming up with a deal in the Skinlighter, what is your next major focus?
Well, our next major focus is really to ramp up again the development of our anti-aging, anti-wrinkle compounds. They have enormous market potential.
Mm-hmm.
We had recently shifted our focus on our skin lightening technology. But now this is progressing very nicely. That we're going to reassign a lot of that focus back to the anti-aging, anti-wrinkle technology.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is very exciting.
And Wanbang, how's the?
Things are going very well with Wanbang. There's a lot of activity going on in China. Our BD work in China is really ramped up. There's some new opportunities coming that we're hoping to share soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, things are going very well. We're hoping to get some more news. They're a very large company. They're part of their owner is Fosun, which is an even larger company.
Mm-hmm.
So they're working very hard. We've agreed to cooperate on news sharing. So it just kind of slows us down a little bit. We have to coordinate our efforts on putting out news. So we're hoping to get some news out soon.
So that brings me to the news flow. So for the next 3 to 6 months, so up to end of the year, so we can expect some news, some deal, term sheet, and so on from the Skinlighter.
We're expecting through the rest of this year to announce a number of deals.
Okay, I'm fine with that. We will see something also from China, Wanbang. That we get some news.
Yes.
And if you're coming up with news, then you increase your R&D for the anti-wrinkle and so coming to the anti-wrinkle and anti-aging projects. When you expect that you see really the first press release out of it, if you can storage enough money back to start the R&D?
There's been ongoing activity, so we are hoping to give an update soon, mm-hmm. and then it'll be an ongoing development. It is a tremendous opportunity. That technology, in my opinion, is truly breakthrough technology. I mean, we've had excellent results with our diabetic drug program, and our skin lightener program has also been excellent. And this is this is equally exciting, if not more.
Why not a big company comes and takes over your company?
Well, that may happen. I'm thinking now that as we start to actually get the product commercialized, this is going to give that. Then they'll see that yes, we actually are delivering. We are delivering technology that works and has been fully commercialized. Then that becomes, all the hard work has been done, and that's when a lot of companies are going to see the opportunity.
But it's not your favorite goal.
Well, at some point, if somebody comes along and for the right price, then we'll look at the opportunity. For sure.
This brings the question: what is the right price?
Well, that's a big question, and I think our shareholders will have a big say in that. I mean, one of them. But currently our market valuation for the company, according to the market, has improved significantly. But I think we were way undervalued. I think we have tremendous opportunity, and that we're seeing more appropriate evaluations currently. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's nice. That helps take some pressure off us to focus on bringing the technology to commercialization.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the update. You address a lot of discussion what we have at the moment in the market.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good luck with all your work. I'm quite sure you will coming up with the right deal. It's my largest position, so I hope you're coming up with the right deal. So
yes.
Ja, das war ein Update von Sirona. Es hat sehr viele Sachen eigentlich gegeben. Das Spannendste für mich war natürlich über den Deal. Was bedeutet dieser Deal? Und dass wir nicht unbedingt reden, dass wir für zum Beispiel Nordamerika einen Deal kriegen, sondern möglicherweise auch mehrere Deals, die unterschiedlichen Sales Channels hat. Also das heißt, es kann durchaus sein, dass wir 2, 3 Deals dort sehen und jeder bedient einen eigenen Sales Channels. For example, also für zum Beispiel das Direct Marketing. Sie kennen diese ganzen Home-Verkäufer, die zu Hause kommen, irgendwelche kosmetische Produkte vorstellen. Da kann man sich durchaus vorstellen, dass das ist, aber auch andererseits, die halt dann im Retail sind, also im Einzelhandel und dort das dementsprechend verkauft wird. Und das sind möglicherweise unterschiedliche Firmen, die diese Deals betreuen. Und genau das ist das, wo er sagt, da kann er den meisten Profit, Benefit, den meisten Vorteil fürs Unternehmen rausholen. Was auch ganz wichtig ist, für mich haben wir immer gesagt, ich finde diese Erwartungshaltung, die teilweise im Markt ist, von Upfront Payment und Royalties, die gekommen ist, nicht realistisch ist. Und er hat gesagt, was ist realistisch? Er hat natürlich nichts gesagt, er hat sich auch nicht festnageln lassen auf welche Prozentzahlen oder irgendwelche Millionen. Aber er sagt, es muss zusammenhängen mit dem, wie viel Exklusivität die Firma in dem Markt haben will. Und Exklusivität kostet Geld. Das heißt Upfront Payment und höhere Royalties. Das heißt, will eine Firma mehrere Sales Channels besetzen oder alles oder den ganzen Markt für sich alleine haben, quasi aus Monopol, dann kostet das einfach Geld. Ob das jetzt das Beste ist natürlich für das Unternehmen, ist eine andere Frage, weil natürlich, wenn man verschiedene Sales Channels bedienen kann, dann ist es natürlich viel besser. Und genau das ist eher ein Job, jetzt sozusagen die Partner rauszusuchen in die unterschiedlichen Channels und dann wird die Upfront Payments und die Royalties hängen dann dementsprechend ab, welche Exklusivität diese Leute haben wollen. Sie sprechen mit mehreren Firmen, sowohl in China als auch Nordamerika und Rest of the Welt. Ja, das war quasi das über den Deal. Das zweite ist Warrants. Sie sehen nicht sehr viel Warrant-Ausübungen. Die Warrants liegen bei Leuten, die schon lange bei dem Unternehmen sind, lange mit dem Unternehmen das mitverfolgt haben und da kommt nicht so viel Warrants raus. Also das kann man sagen, das ist eigentlich de facto nicht der Fall. Und das dritte ist natürlich dann, was tut sich mit den anderen Projekten, Wanbang zum Beispiel, da gibt es sehr große Fortschritte. Da sind auch neue Partner drinnen, da kommt ein Newsflow, den wir dementsprechend erwarten können. Das bringt mich generell zum Newsflow. Der Newsflow kommt also von den Deals, das kommt also auch die Partner, Wanbang und so. Und danach ist der Fokus natürlich die Möglichkeiten dieser Technologie zu monetarisieren. Das heißt vor allem auch Anti-Aging, Anti-Wrinkle-Produkte, dementsprechend ist der nächste Fokus. Ja, das war es eigentlich im Groben. How one last question come to your mind? This kind of deals, how long they are planned? Are they for 10 years, 20 years, or what is this license looks like?
Well,
Or can be?
the license, they usually have renewal clauses built in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a typical total duration will be either the life of the patent, or 10 years. It varies, but they're long term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have also a clause in that when they not deliver what they promise, that you can cancel the deal?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Right.
you have to have an exit clause if and that's totally reasonable. There has to be certain sales minimum.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to protect. We have to protect. We don't want to license the technology and not capitalize on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very important. Ja, und in diese Deals, weil war jetzt gerade meine Frage, wie lang gehen die? Also er sagt natürlich zum Beispiel Ende des Patents oder 10 Jahre, aber Sie haben natürlich auch das Recht, wenn diese Company nicht das delivert, was Sie eigentlich erwarten, dass Sie dementsprechend Ausstiegsklauseln drinnen haben. Das ist ganz wichtig, weil so könnte natürlich ein Partner diese Technologie vom Markt nehmen, indem er halt quasi den Deal macht, aber die Lizenz nicht nutzt und kein Produkt auf den Markt bringt, und dann kann er mit einem anderen Produkt theoretisch den Markt überschwemmen und hat die Konkurrenz ausgeschaltet. Ja, das war's von Sirona Mai 2019. Tschüss und Baba. Thank you.
Thank you.